Cool, cool. Start video transmit. Hey, we are live again. Performance window. Stream quality is good. Okay, guys, my stream quality is good. I'm going to try to share this thing back out. We have two other topics that we need to get to, plus we still need to finish up state of play stuff. Because there were some games that I really do want to hit. We have decided that it is my internet's fault, and that is through myself, Jez, Wara. We have decided it's the internet's fault. And RPG88, what are you saying no to? Yeah, so right now, stream quality is good, 0 dropped frames, and I am broadcasting at 2600 bits, which is funny because I set it down to 2000, so I don't even know why this thing doesn't even know what the fuck it's doing. So, with all of that being said, I literally have it set to 2500 and it's pinging out at
This is
27.
the podcast trilogy.
I'm telling you, I guarantee you it's better than
Trilogy.
the newest Star Wars trilogy.
There you
Um,
go. It's the trilogy.
okay,
This is the Return of the Jedi.
so right now, guys, the images that I show are going to be super fuzzy because I dropped this bitch down to 720 at 30 frames per second. So, first time in my life, or first time in my current gen life that I've had to stream something at 30 frames per second. Even when I was streaming from the PlayStation, I did that shit at 60. Anyways, Master Race at its finest.
Yeah.
Nah, I think this was more because of the internet. We kind of
Well,
troubleshot it
remember
a little
that
bit.
guy said friends don't let friends play at 30 frames.
Yeah, no shit. I agree with that
The
guy.
guy from Gorilla.
Okay, so we had Astrobot. We had DLC for that. It's a free DLC. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the elephant in the fucking room. And I didn't think it would be an issue. Right? I've said this many freaking times before. PlayStation has a pattern, and they've had the pattern since the PS3 to PS4 changeover. You get remasters, you get remakes, you get re-dolled up graphics, and send it out. PlayStation's goal is to acquire new customers, not to just keep all the ones like us who eventually will fall off, statistically speaking. You will fall off. So you're constantly having to find new clientele. Well, when the new clientele gets your beautiful PS5, what are some franchises that they've always been hearing about from all of their friends? Yes, please keep the likes up, guys, or the stream will cry. Okay, I didn't read the rest of that. But yes, it is up to y'all to keep this thing afloat. As a matter of fact, gifted memberships are the best way to make sure the stream doesn't crash. And if you wanted to do that, that'd be cool. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Stream quality is good. I have no issues running in right now. Everything is golden on my end. And so, super happy about that. But they have had this thing where they've done remakes and remasters at the beginning of every single swap over, whether it's PS3 to PS4, PS4 to PS4 Pro, PS4 to PS5, and now PS5 to PS5 Pro. Every single freaking time they've done this. And honestly, this motherfucker looks like a remake. It does not look like a fucking remaster. If if I got shit on like 2 streams ago or last stream because of what I define as a remake versus what I define as a remaster, then every damn one of y'all has to look at this game and go, "Damn, you know what? That's a remake. That's a 100% remake." And so,
Yeah.
obviously, Jez, the game I'm talking about is Horizon. It is 100% the
Yeah.
game I'm talking about because, and let me get it back up on the screen, because I am ready to play this dang thing. I am excited to play it. I'm ready to play it. I think it's going to be great. I've seen some of the graphic comparisons, and they look absolutely freaking insane. Honestly, people are like, why would they remake this and not Bloodborne? Well, because, Bloodborne took 6 years to sell 5 million copies.
Also,
That's why.
Eli's the face of their brand now. They
Right.
really are using Eli. The Halo Horizon. They got the Legos. They
But
caught the Netflix show, the
did
multiplayer supposedly that they're coming out with. I
did
don't
the
know.
Netflix show get canceled?
I don't know, man. I thought it did.
I thought
But
the
like
Netflix show
but
got
I thought they're gonna
canceled.
do like some multiplayer. They're gonna do
Yeah, I did know that it's gonna be more kind of like kidsy looking, cartoony.
cartoony. Yeah,
Yeah, which is fine. You know, we need our goo
but like
goo
that's a
gaga child's
franchise.
games, so that's
That's
fine.
right. But no, I agree. Like, I know people could classify a remake as sort of like what Resident Evil did, where they kind of change the story around, add a whole like it's a different game. But this game is definitely there's different types of remasters. There's ones where Last of Us Part One, where they just take the same game and just kind of upres it and give it better frame rate and maybe some or maybe a little lighting here or there. This game they basically took the assets of Forbidden West and added it to there, and it's really night and day. Like they basically took the graphic engine of the second game or the assets of the second game and just put them into the first game. So the first game now when you look at a Horizon, which I'm surprised it didn't do a bundle, just like the Horizon Saga, the Horizon double pack, and now they all kind of have the same visual look from the first one and the second one. That's where this is. They're doing this with that, and it's a $10 upgrade if you own the PS4 version. I did see Sony Slicksters actually they increased the price of the PS4 version now of the game, knowing this. So Sony's making sure that, dude, they I'm listen, they're basically the friggin' Disney World of gaming. Like they make sure that you're gonna pay for Mickey Mouse. Like they know. Like
Oh
they
boy.
oh boy, like they know what they're gonna do. Like they're just like, yo, you're gonna pay for Mickey Mouse. You want bootleg characters and Pinata Head Mini? Yeah, okay, there. But you're gonna come down to my goddamn Disney World and you're gonna pay
Rated T for
goddamn
teen.
$15 for a fucking chocolate chip cookie in the shape of Mickey Mouse's head. Because this is Disney World, and they do that stuff, and they go, yep, because they know they got something that people want and people will pay for, and if you don't like it, then don't pay for it and send them a message. But it's they just do that, and it's the business, like, and that's what I was saying on my show, that how Sony does. It's when you make really good games and you have franchises that you respect and you make sure that when they come out, just like with Mario and Metroids and stuff like that, like there's there's a tax with it. You know what I mean? That this is like, hey, oh, this is our premier character. We could charge this because people want this character. People want this game, like a Zelda or something like that. Like Nintendo gave their Zelda game on the Switch $70. They didn't do it in any other game, but they knew they could get away with it with Zelda because that's what people want to play. So like they're gonna take the money when they want. And again, the only thing you do is not buy it and send them the message. But yeah, they it's a $10 upgrade, so it's not a full price game if you own the first one. And it's good because I didn't finish Frozen Wilds, and I'll like to play Frozen Wilds in the new, like, with the engine, with the graphics of Forbidden West in there. So it'll look really good, and I could finish that game there. As to going back and playing the whole game again, maybe, because this does look different. This is not just an upres version of the game where, like what they did with Last of Us Part 1, where they
Imagine
just said,
that.
hey, remastered, and they basically made it a little sharper, and they basically added the frame rate to it. And, you know, those are not that great. But and DualSense support, which that's always there. That so now this one's gonna have DualSense, and that's another thing probably they're adding here because they're probably making PS5 versions. But your save will come over. That's good, and you'll probably have the DualSense features added to this one. So basically, they basically Horizon 2'd it. They went back, said Horizon 1, you will now have the feature set and graphics of Horizon 2, and that's what they did. So
Yeah, man,
and it's coming out on the 31st.
I'm really excited, and it's a $10 upgrade, guys. Like, it's a $10. Look at how much better her face looks in, like, on the
It's a
right
completely
side.
different model. Yeah.
It's damn near completely different. Like, I will agree there are some scenes where it looks a little softer. This is gonna sound
Yes.
weird, but it looks a little
No, it does.
softer around her lips. Like, I, that sounds weird,
Oh shit.
but
Oh shit.
like, sorry, that tickled myself. Oh, Cosmic Hero with the two. He said, we got TGS as well, so even more as well as TGA. That is right, dude. We got stuff. We got stuff coming. But like this is way more. It's a $10 freaking upgrade. And then someone was like, is Sony going to start charging $10 for every upgrade? Motherfucker, if they look like this, I would. Like, what do you like?
Hmm.
Honestly, like you said, if you want to play Mickey, you gotta pay. Like that's why Disney World is on people's bucket list because it costs a half a fortune for most families to be able to go to Disney World. Like, but those families will pay that to be able to have that experience. When I was on Jez's show on uh was it Monday? Yeah, I think yeah, it was Monday, I believe.
Yeah, last Monday.
I talked about the experience that PlayStation like sells. That's what they're selling. The 30th anniversary, they are selling the experience, right? And so that's what you're getting here. You're getting I have beaten this game. I got the special armor. I love this game. I played the Frozen Wilds expansion. Fantastic title. And this gives me a reason to go back and play it again. I absolutely love this. And if Sony wants to go and look at some of these older titles that may be released in the first half of the PS4 generation and be like, hey, why don't we bring this back? Why don't we remaster this for $10? Raise the price of the original. Yes, understood, but people who are going to buy it are that could still be enticing to them. You get this brand new console and you're like, "Oh, Horizon. Yeah, I'll buy that. Cool." But for those of us who already had it, it's $10 for a game that's going to look totally different. Like I'm doing still shots right now because trying to do a video it's choppy. But like even this right here. Let me go into theater mode real quick. Yeah. So even this right here, they change some of the freaking scenery. Like
They
it's
used the model of the Horizon Forbidden West.
what do you mean they use the model of no no no, I'm talking
Her
about the
face.
scenery. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, on her face absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about like on the environments, dude. They've added so much shit in
Oh
here.
yeah, reflections of trees, plants. Oh yeah.
They've added like stuff to the environment. They've made it to where the shadows, it's not just casting this light on everything. Like it's actually creating shadows. And so I'm excited. I think I agree, Cosmic. Cosmic just said the game looks way different, and I
Yeah.
fully agree. And honestly, guys, this is the same thing they've done always. Like it just is. And so that was one of the other big things that came out. What did you think of the Stellar Blade getting a near Automata kind of crossover?
That's very cool. I wonder how much is that going to be? I guess it's going to be a paid skin or something like that. But yeah, that's very cool because it kind of fits.
It really
But
does.
it's getting
And
photo mode. That's what I'm more excited about. Photo mode.
God, dude, the debauchery that's gonna happen on X when that photo mode gets
Photo
released, it's
mode.
just, it's just not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good at all. It's gonna any post that's about Stellar Blade once the photo mode gets released, I'm just gonna have to like block from my Twitter. I'm not gonna be able to open that up around my children.
Oh man,
But no, we got some pretty
it's
cool stuff coming up. We
it's
got
coming.
yeah, right. So we got
It's
we got
coming.
Dragon Age that God bless. I want that game to be really
That was
good.
pretty good.
Dynasty Warriors Origins. I'm not too excited about that.
Uh,
You had Fear the Spotlight. It's a game that comes out on the PS5 and PS4, launching October 22nd. Oh, hey, okay. So, Jez, if you should have seen me in the Discord through this whole thing. So here's how this timeline fucking worked. All right, here's how this shit happened. I'm sitting there, and Wara gets on and goes, "Hey, Thrifty guys in the chat, what is y'all's like? What is your benchmark? What is the thing that will make the state of play a success?" I said some new stuff and some old stuff, and a first party top 5 studio announcement.
Yep.
I
I
need
did.
something from the top 5. And he goes, okay, so you get something from the top 5 and it's a win. I said, yes. The whole fucking stream, I am losing my damn mind in the Discord. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. Once I saw the goddamn Fortnite controller before any
Yeah,
first
that
party
Fortnite
stuff,
controller, dude.
bro.
I know all the, and then they did all the colors of the
Oh
controller.
my god! I said in the chat, I said we are fucking Xbox. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I said. I said this
yeah, I
feels
said
like
like
Xbox.
this. It was complete, but like it made us. It really made us bite our nails to get to that ghost announcement. It really kept us on the edge. Like they really like they really made sure that you went through every facet of Sony before we got to that thing. Like,
Cosmic
yo,
just
are they
said
gonna
that.
end this thing on goddamn colored controllers?
Dude, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute. We have to be close to the end. They're showing heart. What is this the end? And like Cosmic said, Thrifty went from angry to happy, and I did. Like as
Dude,
soon as
and then Cerny came out there like, oh my god, something's great, and Cerny's like, and here are all the old games that are gonna look better. It's like, oh no, where's the new stuff, Cerny?
dude, it was
You know,
so
and then he's
bad.
like, and we're gonna show you something new. I was like, thank God. I was like, holy crap.
Oh, we have some people in the chat that just showed up. What's up, man? Overboard. How are you doing? Hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you back. J1, glad you made it back in. Warawana, glad you made it. Josh, dear God, guys. Hey, for having to restart this bitch twice, y'all have come back both times, and I truly appreciate that. But yeah, dude, as soon as they started showing this, and they actually started off the show with a pretty cool game with Hell Is Us. Like that
Yeah,
looks
that was
kind of
cool.
interesting. Um, but like Hitman World of Assassination VR2, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Do you still have your VR2?
yeah.
Do you play it?
Well, I haven't had it on my PlayStation, but yeah, I play it.
Oh,
I
okay.
traded my PlayStation in, so I'm like waiting for my
Right,
new
but
one.
you still
But
have
yeah,
another one in the house.
yeah, but I don't have my VR hooked up to it. That's down here,
Oh, okay. I
so
got you. Got you.
I don't bring it upstairs for that one.
Uh,
But yeah, I have my VR too. I'm interested in the Metro game on there, but I still think that that's another thing where I think they've kind of dropped the ball from their first party on games that have VR modes or games that have like acknowledge that it's there from your first party, like you know. Like, and that's the thing. Like, that's the other thing. You look at it, it's like a Horizon remake. Like, Nick, like, dude, if Nix isn't reporting shit, why are they not porting over like VR1 games to VR2? Like, I just don't. Uh, some of the stuff with the VR, like, it just seems like they're just kind of taking what's being developed and they're putting it on the VR from Meta and things like that. And I don't really see a lot of like things coming directly from them, like they did with that Horizon, a Call of the Mount, like the Call of the Mountain type thing. That was kind of like a one-off, and I don't, and they came out with,
yeah, man. I feel like they started off really good with Horizon Call of the Mountain, and I don't think they've gone past that. From what I've seen. Now, I don't own
no,
one,
I haven't.
but it feels like that was the bar, and everything else has not been able to surpass it yet. And
Nope.
honestly, I think it's a. I have I have said repeatedly that there is one game that could come to VR2 that would immediately make me purchase a VR unit immediately, and it's Ace Combat 8. If they announce
You're
that
right. That's
shit,
another great game that they could have done.
dude, I'm telling you, if they just announce that shit and put it on PSVR 2, I'll go spend the 350. I'd probably get a VR 2 for that game before I'd get the PS5 Pro. Not even kidding. Because
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
So
wanted to
yeah.
play that shit. I really did. Also, on the Stellar Blade near Automata crossover, it will include new content as well as the photo mode. So there
Oh,
is going to be something to do with that. Um, And the full sound. Oh yeah, the full soundtrack is available soon
That's
for
a good
that.
soundtrack there.
It was a good soundtrack. Then we got some more stuff for Shredder's Revenge, Sonic. We got Towers of, I can't say that word. Agahasaba? Agahasba? Ahaga?
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, we got that game, and then they announced
That was
stuff.
of I forgot about her.
Towers of I forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
And then they released PS Plus Essential titles, which honestly, the Essential titles are actually really freaking good. We get Dead Space, we get 2K24, and we get Doki Doki. I don't really know what
Doogie
Doki.
doogie.
I don't know what Doki Doki is, but
I think it's a skateboarding game. Like
Doki.
that skateboard trick game. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It was that Okie Dokie. I have no clue.
That you're thinking of
I
Ollie
think it's
Ollie
Okie.
World.
Ollie Ollie, yeah, not Doki Doki.
We did get Ollie Ollie.
We did get that one too.
Jez hit the sauce a little early. Now we're doing Okie
Yo,
Dokie with
man,
Doki
I did
Moki.
drink some amaretto.
Dude,
They all
peanut
sound the
butter
same
whiskey
thing.
and amaretto. It's a one to
Oh
one.
my god, I gotta try that.
It's freaking delicious. As a matter of fact,
Holy shit.
I'm about to go pour one because it's amazing. It tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Not even
Oh
kidding.
my
1 ounce
god.
of each, 2 ice cubes, done. Uh, in case anybody needed a recipe to game to. But no, I
Yeah, that's
had a great
crazy.
time with that. The show, in my opinion, I think they hit every single metric. I think they did a fantastic job. They showed us some new hardware. They showed us PlayStation first party of the big five. They showed us some remasters. They hit the price point on the remaster, in my opinion. I thought it was a great price point. $10 for the upgrade to people who own it already. That's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, I think that's a great deal. But speaking of great deals, how about pissing off Nintendo? How
You
about
don't want to
that?
piss them off.
You don't want to piss off Nintendo. Like, Xbox found that out. PlayStation's about to learn. Like, you don't
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to piss off Nintendo. I'm terrified that I've said their name 3 times in a stream. They're just going to show up and it's going to die again. Like that's those dudes.
Well, dude, that's what that game is, man. It was. You wiping Jigglypuff's ass.
Uh, man. So of course we're talking about Power World. Um, and lately it seems like every single company that gets in bed with Sony um decides to get sued. Like, so we can kind of combine our last 2 topics for the night. Jez sounds like he's ready to go to sleep, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm here. We had to start and stop this bitch 3 times. I'm ready to get off this fucking ride."
Yeah.
But anyways, so these 2 lawsuits are happening right now. Sony I'm sorry, Stellar Blade and Shift Up are getting sued by a company out of Louisiana that's a film production company called Stellar Blade, no space, as opposed to them being a video game, Stellar Blade with a space. They're saying they had the copyright first and blah blah blah. And so they're not even asking for them to take the game down. They're basically saying pay us and you can keep the game up or destroy all content with that name on it. Good luck. I bought the damn thing physical. Have a good day. That's mine. Uh, Second, you have Nintendo suing Pal World because Pal World, not because the characters are direct one-to-one rip-offs. No, not because of that. That would make too much sense, but they also add just enough little variation to where they could argue it. They are suing them for a patent infringement on like 4 different mechanics that Nintendo somehow got the patent on. So, for all of you who play Diablo, when you're looking at Diablo 4, right, and your character goes behind a wall and you see the shadow of your character kind of through the wall, apparently Nintendo has a patent on that. That's insane. That's dumb. But they have a patent on it. And what they do, they've done this before with other companies. They let the game get successful, let it get traction, and then they go in and say to the company, "Hey, y'all are using a patented prod or a patented technique from us, and now in order to keep your game going, you have to pay us." And I find it very, very coincidental that about a week after they announced that, or I'm sorry, about 2 weeks after they announced that Pal World and Sony are
Oh
like
man.
making a partnership, now this happens. What happened? Jez, you
Hello?
said, yeah, Jez, you said, oh man, what happened?
Oh man. Oh no, my headset was going off.
Oh,
No, you're right. They wait for them to get their money, and then basically they're gonna take it back. So yeah, that's basically what they do. Nintendo's smart, man, and we knew this. And what's crazy is that people were like, it's not Pokemon. It was Pokemon. People compared it to Pokemon. They're like, oh, it's Pokemon, oh, it online. Do you remember that was the sales pitch? It's like online Pokemon, like it's what Pokemon should have been. Nintendo's like, yeah, okay, good, cha-ching.
it's
They say,
just
oh, it's what Pokemon should have been. Okay, good. Thank you very much for the quote. We got it.
like, but it starts out on Xbox and PC. Nobody gives a shit. Nintendo's like, we'll look into it, whatever. And everyone's like, wait, Nintendo's gonna let them get away with this shit? And then it comes over
It,
to
it was
PlayStation, and it's like, oh, that's
yeah.
130 million people.
Well, they're not selling it in Japan. Yeah.
Wait, they're not selling it in Japan
No, it's not on PlayStation in Japan. It launched today everywhere, but not in Japan because of this lawsuit.
because of the. Whoa, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it didn't release in Japan.
Wow, so is this going to only affect Japan?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
Get
crazy, man.
get what's his name on it?
Yeah,
Get
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 Genki
that
on it.
fucking get that get not Genki, get that other guy on it. The goddamn Hose Law. Get Hose Law out there. He'll tell us. Get Hose Law.
All right,
Get
guys,
Hose Law out there.
I am so sorry for this stream. I'm tired. Jez is tired. It took away it took away 30 minutes from us. I'm just happy that Jez stuck
Josh
around
says
for
it's
the
gonna
rest of
affect
it.
everybody.
Yeah. He said no, it'll affect everybody. Hogue Law,
No,
get
it's not Hose Law.
reviews.
It's Hose Law. Come on, Josh. You know it's Hose Law. That's what we're
It's a
talking about.
Hose Law.
It's
Reviewed
Hose
Doki
Law.
Doki as a visual novel, and I give it my seal of approval. It's an underappreciated, amazing game.
A
PSSR.
visual novel. Oh shit. We're gonna go. It's a competing against Pentiment.
Well, this is
We
anime
got.
style, so it's already better than Pentiment. That's
Oh, there you go.
that's how this
There you
works.
go. Yo, the internet is gonna go ape shit tomorrow. Pre-orders for the PS5 Pro. So let me give you some recommendations. Make sure you go in there. Your credit card is active. Make sure that you get the right credit card in there. Make sure that you can log in because it's gonna be a crapshoot shit show tomorrow. And I'm sure the website's gonna go down. I'm sure they're gonna put you in queues. I hate this. I hate that they do this, but this is what happens. Yeah, it's not pleasurable at all. So good luck tomorrow if you're pre-ordering any of that shit. Controllers, 30th anniversary edition, apparently maybe $1,100 US if you want that whole bundle, but it does come with the Elite controller and it's a whole bundle thing. So yeah, but people are
Actually, not
running
a
around with the
terrible price for
price.
that bundle.
Well, everybody running around with the price. They see $1,000, but I just can't wait for the 50 series cards to be announced. I want to see people like when they see $1,500 for a new graphics card. I want to see people with the price gouging and talking about that stuff. But it just seems like whenever Sony says anything with a dollar sign in it, everybody got something to say. It's kind of ridiculous. $70 games, everybody got something to say. And accessory, the portal, oh, too much. Everything's too much. Meanwhile, the Logitech G Spot Cloud went out there for $350, and nobody had a problem with this, saying who that's for. It was a
Mm,
goddamn Android tablet for $350. I have the exclusive interview. It was ridiculous. $350. Nobody said this shit.
$350. Jesus.
On sale for pre-ordered for 300. It's still 300. That's a goddamn Android tablet. with no, it plays Android games natively.
Well, it's like my so when I was on the show and I had said, hey, that game Metaphor, the demo's out for it. I literally hopped onto my portal, connected to my PS5, downloaded it from there onto my PS5. Like that's $200 that gives me access, direct access with a Wi-Fi connection to my PS5. It's but Jez is right.
Please.
People just want to keep sitting there and going, well, the price this, the price that, the price this. Shut up.
And they don't even buy it. But no one thrifty, they don't even buy it. Or the ones that I really grind my gears is the media people that are gonna get it for free anyway. Like
Oh.
Paris should not have say a word about price on anything when he sits there and goes, "Thanks Sony for sending me all the new Spider-Man stuff." It's like Spider-Man, like $250 for the Spider-Man statue and the game. Oh, how much money? This is ridiculous. $250 for this thing, and then you get thanks Sony for sending it to me. It's like shut up. Like it's the media. Even the ones that I've been seeing with the Pro, like we got hands on the Pro, instead of talking about the technical differences and showing the images and stuff, they're like, I don't know, like if it's worth it. The difference. The guy from The Verge was like, well, the PS4 Pro and the PS4, I was able to see differences 10 steps away. The PS5 Pro and the PS5, I got to be up to the screen to see the difference. I'm like, what the hell measure of assessment from a technical website is that? The fuck are you talking about? 10 steps away versus up close.
When you
Holy
have Digital
shit.
Foundry going, no, it looks like a completely different game.
Dude, I turned off Digital Foundry's commentary and just showed the pictures. I'm like, there you go. And then the other difference is when you look at the fidelity mode and performance mode, and then you look at the pro mode, it's a merging of the two of them. So you got to look at that and moving. So it shows you that you're getting the fidelity. Because if you just pause it, it's like, oh, it looks like fidelity. No update. No, the problem is you hit play and you see that one on the right is moving at more frames than the one in the middle. So you're getting the fidelity graphics with the performance of performance mode. Holy shit. How is this so complicated for the media who's supposedly their job about gaming to understand what the purpose of this thing is?
Well,
And not
so
going, is it worth 700?
it's because we have a long-running theory at this channel that the media is completely dumb. And
They
so
are dumb. They have
that's-
no clue. All they're looking for, they're like the TMZ. All they're looking for, they sit around with the guy with the soda and they just spit out stupid shit. They're like, oh, you know what? Katy Perry took a dump in the corner of the airport today. Oh, that sounds like a good news story. That's exactly how they are. They're like TMZ, the TV show. When you watch that shit, when they're all sitting around, the guy got the goddamn soda can, he's drinking out of the water bottle, and everybody's throwing things like, you know what? I saw Katy Perry. She took a shit over there in the airport today because there was nobody in the bathroom. Oh my God! Wow. We got Emilio Estevez coming out of the airport here. We asked him what the fuck he's up to. Wow, that's a great story over there. What Emilio Estevez? What's he doing? Mighty Ducks? It's like what the hell's going
the
on?
flying
Like, oh
V.
yeah, the flying V. He's like, oh, you know what? We got what's his name? We had the they're like, yeah, we got the one of the Goonies, kids from the Goonies. Yeah, you may know him from the Goonies. He came out of McDonald's today. It's like, holy shit, that's news. Like
Hey,
that's the
you
fucking gaming
guys.
media. Yeah. You know the guy that
I
the
love
guy
all
that
those fucking shows, bro.
exactly. There's like the kid stars that he came at McDonald's today. It's like, yo, we asked him for his autograph. He's like, hey, remember like that's the gaming media there. They just sit around. They got the goddamn stupid assholes with the goddamn soda sitting there, and they're just throwing out news stories. They're like, you know what
So
I mean? They're like,
I
something $700 today. Yo, what? That'll create a ruckus.
I was listening to some YouTuber today, and he
Emilio.
was he was literally sit. Oh, sorry. The playground dog needs to go outside. Hang on. So I was listening to a YouTuber today, and it's a guy who I normally don't mind, normally like his content, but as of late, he's been super negative, like just negative, 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 and he wasn't always like that. He would do his hit pieces here and there, but he wasn't always like that. Anyways, he's talking about not Dragon, Origins, Dynasty Warrior Origins. talking about how the game looks like trash, it looks like crap. He goes, I'm not going to buy it. Maybe I'll get a code and I can review it. I'm like, what the? Shut the fuck up, bro.
Dude, that's
Like,
oh my
what's up,
god, that's the
Lucci?
worst too.
It
That's the other ones, man. When they review things and like they're gonna get a review code and they're like, "How dare they charge this much money?" Oh, got this for review, and it's like, "Yo, man, like shut up!" Like I. That's why I've always said for my if I get review codes, like I got the Castlevania Legends review code, I'll do a stream with it. I just like playing the games and streaming them and giving let people see these games and make a decision for themselves.
Mhm.
But like when it comes to getting things and buying, like if you really want to review something and give your honest opinion, you need to buy it and not get it for free. Like that. If I ever did a hardcore, like just a review channel, I would have to buy everything. Otherwise, I would not be able to give my honest opinion. You are skewed. You're getting it for free. You're not looking at it for a customer. And the fact that you're not willing to buy it says everything about how that is. Because if you have good judgment and like electronics and knowing that stuff, the fact that you wouldn't spend money on something, like to review it, that's basically your review right there. Like if I'm not buying it, then guess what? It's not something that I find that is beneficial to me or something that I want. So therefore, it is what it is. But if you're gonna spend your own money on it and you want to talk about something, I think that's how you give an honest opinion on stuff. You got to buy it.
And it really
You got
so
to pay with your own money.
I bought and that's I'd even say that's for even when you buy games on sale because I spent thirty
Same thing.
dollars on Gotham Knights. I was like $30, good price. I'll try it out. That actually is the game that made me realize that playing at 30 FPS actually gives me a fucking headache. And I'm not
Should.
even kidding. Like
Yeah.
that is the game. Now, that's on my big screen. I can play games on my PS3 at 30, but I'm playing on my 27-inch monitor instead of my big 65-inch. So I think there has to do something with screen size there. Like it doesn't blur it. I don't know. But
Hmm.
playing it on the big TV, I'd get headaches. And that was one of the things I said in my review of Gotham Knights was like, hey, it's a fun game. It's just a beat 'em up is all it is. But dadgum, the performance is shitty. Like,
Hmm.
and I literally felt bad that I had spent $30 on the game.
And
You know,
there's your review.
because it
There's
was
your
like,
review.
are you fucking kidding me? Like, I spent $30. I usually spend about 15 to 20 a week on gaming, and like that's just like my gaming budget for the month. And
Yeah.
like it leaves me getting usually 2 to 4 games. Sorry, it leaves me getting 2 to 4 games a month, and which is fine. I don't usually beat most games I get anyways, because I start them, get 3/4 of the way through, stop, go to the next one, and then come back to the other one 7 months later. That's how I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But
Hmm.
like, these are I just, man, I don't know, man. It just frustrates the hell out of me when people bitch about this stuff and then they're getting it for free
Well,
anyways.
that's the thing, man. Like, or even if they're not getting it directly for free, their company is getting it, and they will review it via their company. Like, they'll get a hands on of it. Like, therefore, I think they should not like value is different to different people because so to say something's too expensive, don't buy it. And what the thing that other thing I went on a whole tirade on my thing, like a rant on my show, was just when the gaming media is diminishing the existence of new tech. Nobody screams at Nvidia when they release a new graphics card. Nobody's yelling at AMD when they say, "Here's the 7800 XT." Well, why? We already have the 76. Who needs the 78? We don't want it. Who's this for? Why are you doing a 78? Just stop. Stop at 7600. We're
You
done.
can't tell a
Like,
difference.
yeah, it's only 5% increases. Like nobody is yelling at new tech. Like nobody's screaming at Apple going, "Why you have an iPhone 16? The 15's fine. What's wrong with it?" Like, what is the 16 here? What's the like you could put AI in the 15. Like nobody is no if it is your genre, that's your job, you should embrace the advancement of that genre, and new tech is keeps you in business. So by you saying like this too expensive, who's this for? I don't know about this. Like seems unnecessary. All you're doing is digging your own grave because we don't need you anymore if you just want this thing. Same thing. Consoles are dying. Consoles are then you're out of a job, I guess. Like, what are you gonna be doing? Be a fucking toll cake or something like that? Like, the people in the business are not getting people excited about the business, and that's where the media is a piece of shit. These influencers, all they care about is themselves. They don't care about gaming as a consumer. Like, we are consumers. Not no goddamn influencer. Like, I'm not gonna sit around and wear a red nose and jump around because I want to market something for my channel. Fuck out of here with that shit.
You're not gonna
I'm
take your
gonna
shirt
buy
off and wear
something.
some bunny
Yeah,
ears?
and rub myself in fucking baby oil and all this other stuff to smear my tits on the screen and shit. No, we're not doing any of that shit. You just play the games. Like, it's about gaming. It's about new tech and new stuff. And the media of all people are like, who's this for? Oh, this is like the media should not be sticker shocked. Like, you're the fucking media. Your company's a write-off. Like, you just tell us
Your
what
company's a
it
write-off.
contains
Shit.
and let me decide if it's in my budget and it fits my needs. Because nobody screams at flagship custom items. Like, nobody yells at Samsung, why is there a 21 Ultra, a 25 Ultra? Why is there an Ultra? Just make a Samsung for everybody. They're like, yeah, we got one, and we got one for the people that want more. Like, that's what this is. This is a PlayStation 5 Pro for people that want more. I play on a whole fucking wall right now. I could use the pixels. Give me the more pixels. I have a 150-inch wall right here I'm playing on. I want more pixels. That'd be wonderful. For me, a Pro makes sense. For a lot of people, maybe it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that, people want PlayStation to be like, oh yeah, because they're just bitter that Microsoft and Xbox, all the talk that they're doing, they're not in this conversation, and that's where the bitterness comes from. Is that Xbox is not in the conversation this time, and this is one of the rare times that Microsoft is letting Nintendo and Sony have free game, free willy nilly shit to the more consoles. Hello? Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, this is like the first time ever because even with the Pro and with VR, Microsoft was teasing high fidelity VR and they were talking about Project Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
So they already had project names and a promise of VR before the Pro even launched. The Pro was launching that fall. Microsoft made sure to jump ahead of that news and to announce a more powerful console with Project Scorpio. They didn't even have a name of it, but they called it Project Scorpio and high fidelity VR as opposed to Sony's low budget VR and comparing it more their VR to what Oculus was doing and HTC at the time. Microsoft wanted to be part of that conversation. This is the first time that Sony is no, and maybe that's why the price is there, but Sony has no competition. They are just out there. Microsoft has nothing to say unless they talk something tomorrow, and Switch 2 is on the horizon, and Microsoft is sitting there just letting them run it without having any kind of, project anything, and they're just sitting out there, and it is what it is. And nobody's complaining about a $600 Xbox that's going to be on store shelves this holiday with 1 terabyte extra and same hardware. That's $600. The PS5 Pro is sitting on the same shelf, $700 with the same 2 terabytes and 1 terabyte more for extra power and new modes in the games that you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, oh yeah, so the disk drive's out there. Okay, so pay another $80 for a disk drive. Okay, so you got $180 difference for
Yep.
more power and a disk drive if you want. But I said before, I was saying this on my show, and I want to tell you too, about the drive. Like, including the drive and $700, I think would have been a better like perception of package deal. But it could also have been a deterrent as well, as people would have think that they're paying for a disk drive that they don't want. Connect like, oh my goodness, like, I have all digital. Why are they putting the disk drive in a $700 version? Just pull the disk drive out and charge us 650. People
Oh,
can
that's
have
a
that
good point.
perception.
I haven't heard that side of the
So
argument.
yeah, this is what I was thinking that it could be like Connect. Like it could have been like people that because remember, there are customers that are all digital. They've been selling an all digital PlayStation 5 for the last 5 years, 4 years. So people have been all digital and they see an all digital PlayStation 5 Pro, they're like, oh great. But if they saw one with a disc drive that's like $700 and a disc drive, oh, I'm all digital. Like I don't want the disc drive. Let's take it out of the box and make it cheaper. So
Yeah,
you got
dude,
that side of the story too.
that's really like I never even thought of that. Like because everybody has been saying I got to spend an extra $80. I got to spend an extra. Yes, but if they would have included it, then you would have bitched that. Listen, you could have taken that out. I didn't need that. I don't need it. Like it's
Exactly.
you can't make
Because
everybody happy.
and the problem is that you already have exactly. Well, that's the point of it. But also too, you have a customer that's already split where digital, like the physical media, is dying. It's out of Best Buy, like it's out of a lot of stores now, and you have digital customers for the last 4 years. You have physical customers for the last 4 years. You have an external drive as an option. The most logical sense is to make it at the slim. But I said the perception will look like it's a full value with like all the bells and whistles, like every accessory, the stand, the disk drive, $700, the complete premium pro. Yeah, that would have been a better buy, but it also could have been something where people have been like, "Oh, I already have my stand. I use it with my PlayStation. I could just use the same stand, and I don't need a disk drive. Why am I paying for those extra things in this one for $700? Take all that shit out and make me pay $600 for it." So for the customers that have the digital and have the stand already, they may look at something that has all those accessories in it and they may look at that as like they're paying for double or for stuff they don't need when they could pay less. So there's two sides to every fusion. That's why the value is just tell me the differences and let me decide if the value is there for me. And that's where the media and shit need to be more open ended in just letting the people decide rather than trying to dictate or create a narrative to benefit some clicks or some bullshit. Be more open with your news, more open ended. Just say, hey, here are the differences. What do you think? And have the conversation happen in the bottom and let that be your interaction rather than being rage of you saying like nobody's buying this and then have everybody in the chat yelling at you and showing some bias. Like just be open about it. Just tell the people what the differences are and let them see the value. We do this with every electronic device, headphones and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Sony and Bose. Bose has quiet comforts. They have the QCs. So Microsoft Sony has the WM for the WM5s. They got the what is the other ones? The alt ones. Like they got lower level headphones. It's like you just make one headphone. Why do we need more levels? Well, the different price points and different
Well, and
feature
they
sets.
serve different functions, right? Like, so I
Yeah.
have people all the
You want better
time
noise
who,
isolation or something like that. Yeah.
right, and people even in the Discord have said, hey, like, I know Nelson went and got a new pair. I know RPG got a new pair. I always get asked, hey, because I remember back in the day, I used to use the Steel Series 600, no, not Steel Series, sorry, the Turtle Beach Stealth 600 Pro Gen 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's what I used for the longest. And then Salty kept complaining about how bad my freaking audio always was. And so I went ahead and purchased what I wear now and what I've been wearing since. And it was very much a huge upgrade. So I always recommend these to people. Always. If they ask, and yes, I bought them for 130, they've gone back up to 180. Holy crap. Stephen Leone with the 10 gifted members. Holy shishini. Whoa, he hit so many people. Will 777JP, Canna 787, Sinister V, El Nini,
Take
Byron
that.
Cutler, Weezer 57, Pedro Martinez, Show Misham, J942. Look, it's Noir. Hey, that's fantastic, dude. I appreciate it. If you heard your name called out, stop by the chat. Say thank you to Steven for doing that. Gotta drop my once a month support, Steven. I appreciate you, brother. That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. Um, but yeah, I think that the gaming media has become one of the biggest problems. Even channels that I used to watch, I don't want to watch anymore. Like, because like you
Mm.
said, just put on a stream and say, hey, this is what it is. Here's what you got. Here's how it looks. Here's what it's going to be. Does this interest you or does it not? Like, I did a review for a game that I absolutely hate. It's called Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, and I hate it because of the farming mechanic that's in it. I hate simulating, like, job simulators. They're not my thing. Like, I work, I don't want to come home and play video games that require work. I don't do that. And so like the whole freaking game is a awesome side scroller and everything, and then about 3 hours in, you get to this point where it's like, God dang. Now I gotta grow my own motherfucking rice. I gotta sit here. I gotta make sure I water it. I gotta pick out frogs and weeds, and it's just it's fucking annoying, dude. But in my review, I said, hey guys, listen. If you like Metroidvanias and you like farming simulators, this game is going to be a 9 out of 10 for you, hands down. I think I said 9 out of 10. I was like, if you like one and despise the other, stay away from the game altogether. Because you're not gonna, it's not gonna be what you expect. If you're open to trying new things, try it out. But I gave that style
Yeah.
of a review because there were three different lanes that I could have
People
gone
do want to
down.
be told sometimes. Like people don't want to make the decision. They want to be told. I remember when selling cameras and stuff. Like sometimes people don't want they don't want to be they want to be told like what should I get? Just tell me. Yes, get it or no don't get it. Like people don't want to be bothered with making the decision and doing that stuff. And that's where a lot of them kind of fall into that they do that stuff. But the thing is that you're being it's I feel that you should be more open. Like game wise, I think game that's another thing. Like buy it or don't buy it. And it's like, well, what about sales? Like you were saying like, you get your game at $30. Maybe somebody said in the chat it was like $5. Like maybe the game value to somebody may be less. Like everybody just looks at a game for its initial price and they don't consider, that about was it AGS like when he would be like like wait for sale or something like that. Like some games are wait for sale. Like you don't need to get it right now. This is not a must play. I just think there needs to be more objectivity, like just more openness for people. Like you could recommend it, like we recommend it or don't recommend it or wait for sale. Something like that to give some direction rather than leaving it totally open ended. But the media has turned into the TMZ. That's what they turned into. I told you. Like it's
Yep.
just like,
Can we
you
get
know,
Michael
it's
Jackson's
like
hair on fire every episode? That's all
like
they
I
want.
saw the guy from Goonies just he just walked out of McDonald's. It was great. Oh my God, I haven't seen him in ages. Like that. He's like, hey, what's up? Like, hey, tell us what you eat. And chicken nuggets. Like, oh wow, this is incredible. What an interview. Put it on, post it. Somebody will give a shit about it. And that's what the media has turned into. Like they try to trigger, like just like they're trying, people trying to, somebody's gonna write an article about Jin not being in Ghost and it's a woman and all that other stuff, and they're gonna run that. And I'm sure that's gonna cause a ruckus and that's gonna cause some narrative and people are gonna talk about it and then it's gonna be all this bullshit.
Oh, bro,
They're
they've
gonna
already
run. They,
started. They said that the
they already
actress
started.
who plays,
Yeah, she's blocking people already. I saw she's blocking
yes,
people.
because
They're
they're
going
claiming
after her now.
they're claiming she's transgender, and she's not.
Oh.
She does do the pronoun thingy, but she ain't transgender. Like she plays on, she's on a D&D podcast that I listen to.
It is like this whole thing. It is like the war of both sides. It's the people that want this stuff, and they force it, and there's people that just despise this stuff and don't want it in any of their games. And it's like there needs to be a medium of this stuff, but they're just people that go crazy if they find this stuff out, and there's people that go crazy that's not available in there. Like what was the other one? Looking at the Dragon Age, people looking at asses and stuff like that. You can make your ass cheeks bigger or smaller. People flipping out about that. I saw that too with the Dragon Age to create a character now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't the asses are flat. You can't make a luscious ass. Like
Nope.
what the hell is yeah? Why are we looking at luscious ass? Like what the? Oh my! I'm just like yo, like what the hell is going on here? You know what I would say? Don't even do a creative character. Know what I say to do? Have somebody take a picture of themselves and scan it and put it in the game. There you go. No
Hey,
more creative characters for anybody.
we have the technology. Also, I hate create a character.
I
I
skip over that shit. I give me default. I have no time for dealing with cheekbones and shit like that.
so
Cheekbones and ass cheeks and chin and swelling of the forehead. I'm like default motherfucker. Let's go. Let's play the game.
what girth do you want? The one that lets me play the
Yeah.
game. Does it like
No, the only thing that I would do that with is in create a character when I make my wrestling guys and Phil Spencer and I make Herman Holtz. That's when I'll mess
Well,
around with that
sure,
stuff and
but
create a
that's
character to
different
watch
to
them
me.
wrestle.
Right.
Create a characters.
That's different. Like in
But I'm not. Yeah, I could give a shit. Like
I do
like
hair
I
color, eye
use
color, hairstyle, and
hairstyle.
that's
That's
about
it.
it. Like I don't
That's
I don't
about it.
go I don't spend 2.5 hours on a character creator where I want to make
No.
sure that I can look exactly like. Now, what I have done before, when Cyberpunk first came out, before I had to return it to get the refund.
Oh, that whole thing. Oh my god.
So when Cyberpunk first came out, I actually did, like, I looked up online how to make certain characters, like real world like actors, into a Cyberpunk character, and those videos took like 2 minutes. You watched it, you put all your settings where they did, and by the end of it, your character looked like, say, Keanu Reeves, or your character looked like a bad version of like Will Smith or something like that. Like, I've done that.
I'd rather download other people's creative characters. Like if they make
Yes.
like that would be fun. Like somebody made like a Will Smith, and you could just download that and say, yeah, I'll just take that Will Smith and just run around the
Well,
town. Like that'd be fun.
basically,
Like a
what you
mod.
want is the
Like a mod.
WWE create a character online system. That's what you want. You want to be
Yeah.
able to go and go, hey, yeah, I want to play as Sting. Well,
Peter
he's
Griffin, run around as Peter
yeah.
Griffin in Cyberpunk. Like, yeah, somebody makes that. Oh, but cyber. Oh man, I told you my story of Cyberpunk. The only thing I was doing, everybody made a big deal about the penis sizes. Holy shit, and they weren't big enough.
You're what?
In Cyberpunk, you made you the size of your penis.
Yes.
Yeah, and it wasn't big enough.
I walked
I
into
was
that
like,
one.
everybody made such a big deal. Everybody made such a big deal of the stupid thing. I thought that you'll be able to make it super long and you can knock it over people at the bar and shit and use it as a weapon. I was like, how big? It's like, oh, you could change the size of your dick length. And I'm like, what are you saying? That's it? I
Jez
thought
was
that should be
upset.
like 8 feet long, and I fucking walk into the bar, and be like, ladies, you smack down a bunch of drinks on the table.
Need to be
I
like
can
that
fucking use it as a
80-year-old
weapon when
man.
my gun's empty.
That
Dude,
80-year-old
when my
man
gun's
playing
empty,
basketball, just flopping everywhere.
I want to see real world physics when I'm running around without my weapon. I'm like, this is my weapon.
So funny enough,
I made it a third leg that I can swing around and knock people out with. But
Jay.
like, people made such a big deal about it, and it was 3 options, and it was like small, medium, and large. And large wasn't that big.
Wait, Sean Ashton or Corey Feldman or what? Huh? J1, I'm
That's right.
lost.
That's right. See, I wanted to throw it on my shoulder. I swear, I wanted to use it as a third leg as a weapon. Maybe as a traversal element to skip around town.
Just get it.
Like,
Just
give me an extra boost in my jumps.
whack. Ow.
Well, maybe I could use like a lasso, like Janky Jones, and be swinging around like friggin' light posts. I don't know, but they made such a big deal about it. I was like, all right, Cyberpunk created character. Here it is. Where's my penis? I gotta fix it. Let me see how big it is. And I'm like, what? And it wasn't even a scale. It wasn't even like it wasn't even a lever. It was small, medium, and large. That was it. Or
See?
none. You have none. You have a vagina. That's what you can do.
Or none.
Oh no, you
Or-
got a vagina. That game. Look, they made such a big deal about the media. Oh my god, like you could change your penis. I've been seeing articles like you could, like you know what? You sound like a bunch of goofy little kids like looking at a Playboy magazine. Like please, like Google.
I need it bigger. I want it bigger. This is not as big as it can
Yeah.
be. I need
If I'm making a
a
game, Thrifty. If I'm making a game and you could do that, that shit's gonna be modded as that'd be a weapon. I'm using it as a friggin' weapon. There you go. If you're gonna do it right.
if you're gonna I'm upset. And in
Dude.
that game, So, funny enough, I played the game for literally 2 hours and I could not, it just wasn't working. Like, I got to the mission where you're supposed to, like, clear that first room. You talk to the people in the bar, you get inside the car, that goes sideways. Uh, no, I'm sorry, that doesn't go sideways. You have to go do a little mission, and then you get the car, and then it goes sideways. And like that whole time, man, everything just ran like shit. So I sent it back. And after that, though, now it's actually a game that I keep hearing people talk about, and I'm like, man, I really want to go play it. But I have I have very little time with everything else I'm playing right now, and two, I don't know because it's FPS. So have you beat it? Have you played it?
What, Cyberpunk?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
play. I didn't play a lot of it though. I really like Frogs played a lot of it. We talked about it a lot, but like I didn't play a lot of it. I waited. I bought it. I have it physical, and I bought it when it released, and I waited for them to do all the updates to it. Then when they did the PS5 update, I jumped back into it, and then I also started playing it again, and then I lost my save when I did the PS5 version, so I had to start again, and then I just yeah, I tried getting into it, but I just really yeah, I didn't get into it. Not like The Witcher. I got into The Witcher really, like Witcher 3 I got into a lot, but like that this game, I don't know. For some reason I just didn't find the time for it. And by the time they fixed it, I just kind of moved on.
Yeah, that's what kind of
Even though I
happened
heard
to
the
me.
DLC, I heard the DLC was really good. Like I definitely want to do. I get to the Keanu Reeves and all that other stuff, and you can play as like I just yeah, I just had to get you had to kind of like remove a lot of other things and just play that game. And so much stuff was coming out that I just didn't feel like just like putting everything down to go back to that. And I just kept moving on. And that happens a lot. And that's another point, when they make these remasters and things like that, you gotta realize that not everybody buys a single game. Like, people could be like, hey, I skipped that one. Like I never got around to playing that game. I only played Forbidden West. I never played the first Horizon game. Like I never got into it or I
That's a
never
really good
finished
point.
it. So like people just go like, oh, you're making remasters of games everybody play. Like maybe people didn't play. Like there's always new people getting stuff and people skip games. They don't buy every frigging game. Like, the same thing, Last of Us Part One. Maybe there's a lot of people that didn't play Last of Us Part One. I don't know. Like sure
Well, because
somebody
maybe
didn't or
zombies weren't their thing, and then
who knows?
now that 10 years has gone by, maybe they're like, you know what? We saw the episode on HBO. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
play the game now and see. Oh heck, there looks like they're remaking it. Well, we just got a PS5. Cool, let's play it on. Like that's that is the
But
whole
nobody thinks that. Yeah. It's like
that's the whole purpose of doing game reviews of games that I find on sale. And I know I haven't done them in a while. And that's on me too. I opened up the show talking about how it's been and all that. And so,
you're down under. I played Witcher 3 without playing the other two witches.
yeah,
He
exactly.
says, how do people play a sequel when they missed the first one? Like, there's a lot of ones that the sequels were better than the first game, and a lot of people stop the sequel.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's yes. Like
like
I
I
don't
tell you right now, if you played Horizon, like the second one is so much better than the first one. Like the first one, the combat wasn't as fluid. It wasn't that great. Like Horizon Forbidden West would be a great one to start at.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
Forbidden West actually gives you they actually do a really good job giving you a recap video at the very beginning. Like the
yeah.
the recap
Well,
video
who
is
played God of War Ragnarok without playing the other equal God of Wars?
mm, yep. Did I go back and play all the PSP ones and all that? Nope.
No, I only played God of War 3. I never even played the first two. No, I did play the first one. I didn't play the second one.
Yeah,
I played the third one. I beat the third one.
I played the second and the third. I never played Ghost of Sparta, never played Chains of Olympus, and then I absolutely played God of War 2018 and
Oh,
then
how many people love Uncharted from Uncharted 2 and missed Uncharted 1? Uncharted 2 was the best one. Uncharted 1 wasn't as too hot as this
how
first
many
one.
people got the Lost Legacy edition and played that? and it was just
Yeah.
number 4 and the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there's to say
Uncharted 2 is what put Uncharted on the map, not the first game.
no. I knew nothing about it from the first game, and then the
First one had
second
hard
one came out, and it was
shooting.
like,
It wasn't that
holy
great with
shit.
the shooting. It looked good. I remember the big thing with the first game was that your character got wet when they went in the puddle. I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. But that was about it. The second one's what blew up Uncharted. So a lot of people probably started Uncharted too.
Yeah,
Came into
so
Uncharted with the sequel.
I'd argue, okay, so Josh Ayer said I'd argue 20% of gamers buy everything. Uh, I don't know.
20% buy everything? I don't know, man. They don't live on Twitter, I'll tell you that, because those people don't buy shit.
I'll tell you.
I'm seriously thinking half of those people like they're like sitting they don't even have a gaming system. They just have a phone.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because you're the second person I have talked to personally who has sold their PlayStation 5 already. And both times it's been, well, it's okay. I have another one in the house. If there's something I really, really want to play, I'm fine. Cool. But like, it's just insane to me that even through all of the bullshit, people who are going to get one are going to get one. Like, you're not
Yeah.
going to stop my excitement for the physical edition of Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. I got that bitch coming on the 7th. I am so excited. And so I've pre-ordered it. It's going to be mine. Somebody could easily look at me and go, man, that $75 could be spent on something else. Don't care. Man, those games don't really look that good. They're just like all pixelated and old. Yep, don't care. Like, because I've already made my fucking decision.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's funny because my son, like, he is not into any retro games, like any games that I played and stuff like that. Like, I try to show him, like, this game was awesome. He don't, if it doesn't look good, like, he doesn't want, he's like, what the hell is this? It's probably like my parents, like, show me black and white movies, like, TV shows. He just does not want to, he doesn't have an appreciation at all for any kind of, like, old school games too much. Like, he just doesn't want to see them.
yeah, and
It's pretty
my
crazy.
kids are a little they're a little different, but like when so my youngest loves Astrobot, plays the shit out of it.
Oh,
My
yeah, they love Astrobot.
dude, my oldest, he'll play it sometimes, but like he has to be in the mood to play it because he's a Minecraft player.
Mm.
But I can show him games that look blocky and all like that kind of degrade or not degraded, but like that kind of old school style,
Yeah.
thinking that he likes Minecraft, so the graphics shouldn't matter. He'll look at it for a couple minutes and I'm like, hey, do you want to try it? And he's like, not really. It doesn't really look that good. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It looks amazing. Like, I was playing Chained Echoes and I was like, dude, do you want to try this? Because he was reading all the prompts and everything. Because this is when we were really working with him on, reading and learning how to read better and all that. And so he was reading all the prompts and I was like, dude, do you want to play? I was like, you're reading these pretty good. I feel confident that you could play this and do it. And he goes, no, it just doesn't look that good. And I'm like, what the frick are you
Hmm.
talking about? This looks amazing.
Yeah,
You play Minecraft. You
I
have
know.
you have 800 hours in Minecraft over the summer alone. I,
It
I
doesn't look good. Oh
it
man.
looks like ass, and it's on a Switch, so it's even worse.
Oh shit.
And like just to hear him say these games don't look good, I'm like, man, what are you talking about?
Uh,
Will and I've talked about that before on the show. Like, what are you doing? And so, anyways,
they don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's the different. Like and that's where like fidelity, graphics, and things like that. Sometimes, they do matter a lot. Like they like as attracting to the eye. Like and maybe when you get older, you appreciate games more for what they are than not what they look like. I don't know, but. Yeah, my son sometimes say the same thing, like, oh, this don't look good. Oh, this looks horrible. And it's like, dude, you play Fortnite. Like, yeah, like Fortnite is not the most graphical showpiece of the games and stuff like that. But he didn't want to play Horizon. I'm like, look at the game. Like, it's incredible. Like, and he's like, just not into it. But yeah.
Stephen
I don't
Leon
know,
just
man.
said my son is
These
playing
kids
Roadblocks.
nowadays, the problem is that these kids nowadays have so many options that to like like they could do whatever they want. Like we had one game and that's what we play. I got one game a month or like a quarter. And it's like that's you had to make your decision. I had to plan it. I looked at my Nintendo Powers. I'm like, what am I gonna get this quarter? Oh my goodness, what am I gonna get? Hopefully, like I made that decision, the right decision. And I'll just
Hmm.
hype myself up to play that one game. And then when I get that game, I'll play the hell out of it.
And if it was
Now it's
good,
just like
great. And if it wasn't, you were
if it was
screwed.
bad, you wait. Yeah, wait to the next quarter. Yeah, well, up next market period. I get it each market period. I go grades. I would get a game for each market period, and I'm like, up next market period, and yeah, and then Christmas you'll get a couple more. But like that was like my growing up. Like games were $50 back then. Like in the '90s and '80s. Like yeah,
That was a shit ton of money back then.
yeah,
Like,
that was a lot, man. I remember when I got Street Fighter, it was $80 back then, and I remember when my dad went in and got it, and it was gonna be for Christmas, and I was like, oh my God, like yeah, you went me. I remember him getting it.
so I started one last story and then we'll head out. But I started driving in the early 2000s. Okay, and gas was 98 cents a gallon when I started driving. That means in a normal vehicle, 15 gallon, let's no, I had a Nissan at the time, 10-gallon tank is all it had. I could fill my vehicle up 5 times for what it would cost for one video game. And I generally would fill my vehicle up once a week.
Mm.
Nowadays, it is $70 to get a video game, brand new. It is about 60 bucks to fill up a vehicle. And so money is not as readily accessible or free to use as it used to be. Also, I'm saying that to also say that if these companies wanted to, financially speaking and inflation speaking, they could easily charge way more for these games. Easily.
Yeah.
Look at how much everything else has gone up. But anyways, that's a topic for a different night. We are going to go ahead and close out. Jez, just in case, I highly doubt it. Just in case there's anybody in here who doesn't know who the heck you are, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at the Gaming Grindhouse, Jez7780, and over on X or Twitter at Jez7780X, I believe. Oh no, I don't know, it's one of those. But yeah, Gaming Grindhouse. Search for that, and you should be able to find it there. I just did a show this afternoon, and then I plan on doing a show on Friday. And then yep, and I'm looking at right now these yeah, what the hell is this? I'm like looking right now at I see people you could be in the queue now, but then it kicks you out of the queue. It doesn't start till
Oh,
10 a.m. tomorrow. So
I'm gonna let y'all have
yeah.
that. I can't wait to see everybody get theirs. Like I said, I can't do it right now, but probably around April, May of next year, my birthday, I should be able to. We have started saving up for it right now, and so this week was the first week, and we will keep putting money towards it every week until I have the amount needed. Whether it is still $6.99, whether they balk at that and drop it, I don't care. I'm buying one, and so I am super excited. I'm going to trade in my PS5. Well,
Oh, I gotta go on a Rage article here. Oh my goodness. $80 for magnets. Sony's lost their mind.
the
They
fuck.
got $80 for Shapes of Play magnets, multicolored, releasing December 24th. You can pre-order them. They're magnetic blocks created by the team behind the people who designed the PlayStation. 13 magnetic wood blocks for $79.99. Who's gonna run wild and complain?
Oh, I've been temporarily placed in a waiting room.
Yeah, but boot you out of it.
Huh?
It says, "Come back,
Ugh,
bitch. You're late. You're early."
dang. Okay, magnetic shapes for kids. I don't see anything. It won't let me click on them.
You could click on magnetic magnets. Like we have to compete with
Magnets.
Xbox. Like magnets. Digital Foundry wanted magnets. We made the magnets.
Oh no, so supposedly it's a board game?
Is it a board game? It's just like building
This week has been a real mixed
blocks.
bag for PlayStation. It kicked off by revealing after just 2 weeks, Concord will be taken offline. Blah blah blah. We already know that. 30th anniversary. Here we go. Celebrating PlayStation turning 30 with the Shapes of Play.
Oh shit.
Joining battle in the anniversary celebrations is Shapes of Play. Uh, create and Shapes of Play recharge. The former is a set of magnetic blocks that can be arranged to recreate physical versions of the PlayStation icons and their original colors, or can be mixed up to create a hybrid version of themselves. The recharge set is a no assembly required situation and includes silicone versions of the shapes that PlayStation is selling as a way to recharge between gaming sessions. They have not been labeled stress toys, but that appears to be their intention. Something to
They're ass
Bigcup.
plugs.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, Shapes of Play Battle is the game, and it's $45 at PlayStation's Direct. Shapes of Play Create is $80 at PlayStation Direct. And then Shapes of Play Recharge with the little squishy balls, which actually I would probably buy those. I use stress balls all the time. It's $35 at PlayStation Direct. Holy shit, guys. Okay, so if I was AJS right now, if I was AJS right now, I would literally call every single person who owns a Sony PlayStation product a pay pig, and I would scream it from the top of my lungs. Guys, that's a bit much. Like, I'm sitting here talking about how I want the recharge balls. Like I want those. I want them.
The balls.
I want to be able to squeeze them. It's like I'd get so much fucking use out of those. So would my kids, to be honest. Dude, I'm looking at this and thinking when we go to Target, my kids always stop by the little $1, $3, $5 section they have at the front of the store, and they generally get one of those little squish balls. And they play with it throughout the whole store. My wife buys it, they bring it home, they play with it for 20 more minutes, and then it breaks. No big deal. It keeps them entertained and keeps them quiet while she's trying to shop and do stuff. But like, I see these and I'm like, damn, we would actually use those. But, anyways, guys, good luck tomorrow for those who are going to get the PS5. Uh, and I'm super happy for y'all. Like, I've never been more happy for people to actually be able to snag this outside of when people were actually able to get the PS5 base model. Like, this is going to be a cool day tomorrow. It's going to be a big day tomorrow. I think that we are in for a treat. I have a sneaky, sneaky suspicion that there is something that is getting announced tomorrow by PlayStation. I don't know what, but I feel like it's something big. Anyways,
Oh.
that's just some speculative bullshit. Y'all can find me on X at ThriftyPSGR. You can find me on the PSN app. Shit, the PlayStation at thriftyps_gr. And guys, thank y'all. Y'all showed out tonight. This number should actually be 12 because I do count renewals. So that is 12 members. I really appreciate it, guys. We are getting there. I think I have 56 members now, and so we are getting there. And I truly appreciate everything. On your way out, please hit that like, subscribe if you haven't. Jez's link is in the description below, along with the other friends of the channel. And next week we will have Henry Heck on here. Great dude, great gaming takes. Fantastic. He plays a lot of different games than I do. And so excited to have him on and be able to talk with him and pick his brain about some of the multiplayers and things like that. So I know he played Concord. We might talk to him about that. Anyways, thank y'all so much. Hit all the buttons. Like, subscribe, comment. Check the video out afterwards. Comment on that.